Hey G.I. Joe fans, Joe Motion Videos 82 here, and it's time for another G.I. Joe toy review. And today this was a viewer request. Not necessarily the action figure, but this request came from Vinny C, a longtime supporter of this channel and a pretty good friend. He wanted me to dress as Dr. Mindbender. Well, I pulled out my old college lab coat, and as you can see, I am not as it doesn't fit me as well as it did 20 years ago, 22 years actually. So I did my best to squeeze into this this old thing. Surprised it still kept it around. But we are going to be looking at the 2004 Venomous Maximus. If you could remember from Cobra Convergence, I looked at the Venomization chamber with Venomous Maximus version 2, and that was such a cool toy. I still play with it. I have so much fun with it. It's an amazing toy. It's very well done. I love the sounds and the lights that come along with it. So head on over to my video for Cobra Convergence version, Cobra Convergence, the Venomization chamber. It was fun doing Convergence this year, and I want to thank Brian and Tamara for inviting me along again for the ride. It's always a pleasure to do that. So this Venomous Maximus is version 1, only one of 2 that were ever made. Came out in 2004 as a 2-pack. He was a part of the 12th series of the VALOR versus Venomization line. He was only out for a year, and then they discontinued it in 2005. I'm not too certain on the retail price of these figures. I was not in the into collecting G.I. Joe very heavily at that time, and frankly, when I saw these figures, I was still stuck back in the 90s, where the figures were the 3 3/4 inch, the ones that we of my generation, I should say, grew up with, the kids from the 70s and 80s grew up with. So I kind of shied away from them a little bit. I bought a bunch here and there, the bubblegum carded ones, as they call it. It was just a slim card with a single figure on it. I bought one of those at Kroger, or Fry's, as is known out here in the Southwest as Fry's. I bought a bunch of those for $1.99. They were closing them out, the single carded ones, and I think I ended up giving those away to a friend's twin boys. It was their birthday, and I wanted to give them something pretty cool, and they were really into Star Wars, and I wanted to introduce them to G.I. Joe as well. And their dad was retired from the Air Force as a fighter pilot, so he was all about anything military, and I think he had more fun playing with the toys than his boys did. But anyway, that was my experience with VALOR versus Venom. So let's go ahead and get into this review. I did my best to look as Dr. Mindbender did with I copied the action figure, so I'll have that out on display. So let's go ahead and get into the meat and potatoes of this action figure and see what's going on with him. All right, so here it is. It's the boxed, or the carded twin pack. That's one thing I really, well, there's many things I love about the VALOR versus Venom line, but they always mostly came in 2-packs, and they were relatively inexpensive in today's money for 2 action figures. So this one came with Duke, and Venomous Maximus in his more flesh form instead of the translucent green. So you can see it says comic number 10 on the inside is Duke, Venomous Maximus, Valor versus Venom. And here's the story of Valor versus Venom. G.I. Joe's America's daring, highly trained special mission force faces a fearsome new threat from the evil Cobra organization. Dr. Mindbender has joined the DNA of Cobra fighters with that of Earth's most savage creatures, creating hybrid warriors with dangerous, superior fighting skills. To fight these V troops, meaning Venom troops, the G.I. Joe team develops advanced battle technology. It's a thrilling new chapter in the battle to protect freedom and justice for G.I. Joe, a real American hero. And you could see some of the figures available. There was Hawk and Snake Eyes and Gung Ho. They called him General Abernathy then. Dr. Link Talbot, which I do now have. Kamakura, Overkill, Storm Shadow, which I have thanks to Theygone. Night Creeper, and there's 2 to come. Razor Trooper, which I think I have, and Wild Weasel I have. He came carded, but I also have him that came with a, I think it's a 2002 Toys R Us exclusive whatever. Sorry, a stroke leaves me kind of messes with my memory. He came with his jet. I can't believe I forgot that. The name of the jet. So, yeah, I have that. I have it complete. As I had said, it was a Toys R Us exclusive. So, anyway, we were not talking about that one. We are talking about Venomous Maximus. So let me go ahead and pause the camera and I will get this guy opened up. All right, so here they are, Venomous Maximus standing right next to Dr. Mindbender. So we'll go ahead and put Mindbender to the side. Just give you a quick look at him here. You see, I tried to copy his uniform as best as I could. I do not have a gray lab coat, sadly. I have a green one and this tight-fitting white one. His respiratory wears green. I think it's a cruel joke since we deal with mucus so much. Okay, so Venomous Maximus. Let's look at his accessories. First, he comes with this shoulder cape that has a, if you could see, it has a peg up on it that's supposed to peg into his shoulder to hold it into place, which it does a fairly decent job. You bump it, it falls off. It has a huge Cobra sigil on it made out of a very soft black plastic. It does have this drape over the top of it, and that drape is to catch rainwater and let it run off. That way your shoulders are not getting soaked. He also comes with this very cool Cobra staff. Just look at that. I love this staff. The head is done up in this gold color, and you can see a serpent body wrapping around it, and at the bottom has the Cobra sigil. So it could be carried either way, with the sigil upwards or the staff in attack mode. On the back here is a blade. The plastic is, the handle is done up in brown plastic. And he also came with this very cool Cobra handled knife. These accessories, the back is serrated, a nice grip on the handle. You even have finger slots. These accessories are incredibly amazing. I really like them. I think that's the best part of this creature. You see Venomous Maximus has this very growling face. He has long flowing blonde hair with some braids in it. If you can see that, there we go, it's in focus. He is wearing body armor made up of silver on the front and the back. You see the front is more ornate, has this filigree there done up in gold. He has a paladin on his shoulder, also with gold filigree. His right arm is more zombified and nasty looking. This is really cool. They still keep some of the flesh tone on there, but also more the muscular tone. This is some nice airbrush work on that figure. On his right hand, he has a gauntlet guard and a wristband. Down here, he has more armor to cover his bollocks and his tuchus, armor down the sides of his legs. His boots are armored and very ornate. Just look at those boots. That is so cool. This guy is ready for battle, and I am quite sure he will be a fearsome opponent. Let's go ahead and put his staff in his hand to see how that looks. I'm going to put it with the weapon side up. His fingers are a bit stiff. But there you go, him with his weapon. Flip it around. Cobra sigil side up. And he could use this more as a walking stick. So this guy is just incredible. There we go. Got his head to move finally. It's on a ball joint. I can't be more impressed with this guy and his accessories. I highly recommend that you guys buy one of these if you don't already have him. I mean, he looks awesome as it is, but you put that cape on him, you said it's pretty tough to do. But once you get that cape on him, I mean, look at, he's even more regal, and it hides that nasty arm of his, so he doesn't initially scare people. I think that's part of the reason why he wears the cape, but the arm could actually hide behind it. If you guys caught that, look, this thing just does not want to stay on very well. So I could imagine that got lost with a lot of kids pretty easily. I know as a boy I would have been frustrated with it and not played with it. So there you have it, man. There's Venomous Maximus in his true form, aside from the translucent one that came with the venomization chamber. All right, well, tell me what you think about this guy. Do you have him? Would you consider buying him? Again, I highly recommend that you get the 2-pack. Duke is really cool. Venomous Maximus, just it blew me out of the water. This guy, I hardly rank anything. Maybe I should come up with a ranking system next year. But you know, I'm giving this guy 10 out of 10. He is just incredible. He is such a good-looking character. They did a fabulous job with him. So let me know if you like him or dislike him. I'd be very curious to hear about that. Let me know down in the comments. So for those of you who are just joining my channel, welcome to the Toy Dungeon. I hope you do feel at home. I try to keep this a little more up close and personal, as if you were sitting in my house with me and enjoying my toy collection, as I share my toy collection with you. Lost my train of thought there. Lost my train of thought, and I remembered the Cobra Rattler. So that's what I was talking about in the beginning. I have the 2002 Toys R Us exclusive Cobra Rattler. I will review that. If you guys want to see that in review, let me know in the comments. I'll have no problem doing that. So, to those of you just joining, thank you for stopping by, and thank you for taking a chance on my channel. I really do appreciate that. If you would be so kind as to hit that subscribe button, I would really appreciate it. When I would reach 100 subscribers, I will be holding a giveaway, or 700 subscribers, I will be holding a giveaway. The prize I will select as we get closer and closer to that. And I guarantee it will be a good prize. I don't skimp on the prizes. Also helps clear out my collection. And a way to thank you guys for signing up for my channel. Anyway, we're going to get into my favorite segment, Byron's Gripes. I do this as a means of entertainment, not to pick on eBay, because I use eBay just as a reference. It's the easiest one out there to do references on. You could buy toys on many, many different websites, but I recommend that you support your local vintage toy stores. That keeps the tax money in your state, and you're helping a small business owner, and I know that they struggle. With keeping their doors open. So word of mouth is the only advertising that they have. So help your local people first, before you go and turn to eBay. And I'm sure they will be more than happy to order something for you if you want it. All the toy stores that I have gone to here in my area, looking for something, I'd ask them, could you order it? And they say, oh, yes, absolutely. And we'll give you a call when it comes in. None of them have said no, because that's business for them. So, I do pick on the prices of these toys. I mean, some of them are just absolutely outlandish. You know, just because it says G.I. Joe, it does not mean that it is valuable. Yes, anything vintage, toys are just hot right now. I mean, they are white hot. And it's fun to watch. You know, new collectors coming about and starting their own YouTube channels. And I mean, you got to stick with it if you want your channel to really be successful. You know, look at me, I've been doing it for 6 years. It has to be, I mean, you have to be pretty studious with it. At least load one video every week. It's better if you load more. Draws more attention to your channel. So just a little tip for those of you who are thinking about it, or wanting to start, or have already started your own YouTube channel. So that would be the best bet for you guys. I do share my videos. Well, actually, Theygone, thank you, troop. He shares my videos for me on Twitter. So that has gotten me some more subscriptions, and I do really appreciate that. And he is a channel supporter because he does share my videos, and he has donated many awesome toys to this channel, and I really appreciate him for that. And he's a really good friend, actually. He and I talk on the phone sometimes. Same with Vinny and I. So anyway. So let's go ahead and get into these prices. Okay, I didn't find much for this one. He's a little bit harder to get right now. At least I don't know how to really type everything in. I put in G.I. Joe 2004 VALOR versus Venom. I guess if I would have put in G.I. Joe VALOR versus Venom 2004 Venomous Maximus, it might have come out differently. It's just wording that'll get you more information that you are looking for on eBay. So this is what I came up with. The prices for the carded figure: $36.99, $49.99, no thank you very much, I would not pay that. Or in $59.99, no, I would not pay that either. But those do come with an or better offer, so you can negotiate with the seller. But $36.99 seems to be the general going rate for that. I paid less for this, that's why I have it. As you guys know, I'm a little tight when it comes to spending for myself. So I think I paid maybe around $22 or $24 for this 2-pack, which, you know, is 12 bucks a figure, and that's a, you know, for 2 complete figures, that is an absolute deal. So this guy, Venomous Maximus alone, bare bones, no accessories, $13.99, $14.50, and $14.99. That is a pretty decent deal on all of those, so I'll put those guys up with deal of the day along with the $36.99, because his accessories are relatively inexpensive. So you could build this, what I call build on a budget, where you can buy these accessories cheaper and complete your action figure for less than what it will actually sell for. But watch the shipping, because you can go over the price of a figure with your shipping costs. So be careful of that. Incomplete, bare bones, no accessories at all. I found one for 28 bucks, and no way. Did you find that in the Temple of Solomon? Dig it up in the Great Pyramids of Cairo? You know, if you did, I'd love to have it, but you know, incomplete, no accessories for 26 bucks. Sorry, I will not pay that. These did come with a file card, if I could find it. Yeah, comic book and a file card. Let me cut the tape on these. Hold on a second. Here are the file cards for Duke and Venomous Maximus. So let me read Venomous Maximus's file card. You can see it has a little clip here where you could punch a hole and use it as a name tag. It has a or a magnetic scanner or a barcode. So it looks pretty cool, you know, name tag to get you into the facility. So it says the ultimate operation of Dr. Mindbender and his evolution program. Venomous Maximus is a fiendish hybrid development from the combined DNA of the formidable V-Troop soldiers, who are themselves the result of the DNA combination with the deadliest creatures on the face of this planet, which you can see in the Sunbow series. He did tamper with that one. He did he made Serpentor, and he also made some walrus type creatures in a episode starring Iceberg, where he gets turned into a whale, I think it is. Empathy and compassion have been weeded right out of his consciousness and replaced with reptilian cold-bloodedness, insectile purpose, and feral savagery. So this guy is relatively uncontrollable, it sounds like. Imagine a military leader who has been artificially implanted with theories and practical application into history's greatest strategic thinkers, and possesses the shared memories and instincts of the troops he commands. Sounds a lot like Serpentor, doesn't it? And keeping them in line and rapt charisma, imagine that he is not restrained by normal human feelings. That leader is Venomous Maximus, and if you didn't have a reason to fear him now, you will soon. And it has in a quote here, "No one can stop me. I will control all of Cobra and destroy the G.I. Joe team completely." Yep, heard that promise made before from Serpentor. So it came with a few inserts here. These are non-G.I. Joe related. These are Siva's characters. You go to www.zivaz.com for those. Don't know anything about those guys. Here is a poster, or a little fold out. Let's see, some of these come with posters, some don't. This is some pretty cool stuff here, guys. I forget often that, yeah, comes with a poster of these kids with and modern day laser tag ops. Something I would not put up on my wall. I'm not a laser tag guy. A little bit of G.I. Joe down here in the corner, if you could see that. And then there's Nerf stuff. This is all Hasbro. Transformers and Beyblade. My daughter loved Beyblade growing up. They're pretty cool action figures. So I will fold that up later. And then it comes with the comic book. And this is chapter 10, titled Cold Front. But I will show you here on the back the action figures that were available. Look at that. Duke and Venomous Maximus. Snake Eyes on a motorcycle, and looks like there's Sand Scorpion, and Slashing Razor Trooper, which I have a few. Wild Weasel, didn't know he came in a 2-pack. And then there's Storm Shadow and another ninja. And here's General Abernathy and Overkill and Link Talbot and Night Creeper. Really cool stuff here, guys. Then this one is a G.I. Joe belly washer. You remember those? A bottle of juice. Strategic tactical advisor pens. It's just a little statue type figure. Here's a fishing rod, a backpack, and a sleeping bag right down here. That is completely awesome. If I bought those big things, you know, I don't have any room, but it's all made up of small stuff. And here are some vehicles that were available during the time. Oh, this is just so cool. Okay, here's a 12-inch figure of Beachhead, 12-inch figure of Snake Eyes on a motorcycle, and a 12-inch talking Duke. And then the advertisement for the Valor vs. Venom cartoon, which I did watch. It is on YouTube now if you so care to watch the movie. But I won't tie up the rest of your day, you know, reading the comic book. I might again sometime later, but not really in my plans today. So, hey, you guys, take care out there. I really appreciate you stopping by. Thank you so much. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Every time there's a like on my videos, that sends an algorithm to Amazon. Here we go. Stroke is kicking in. I'm tired. To YouTube, and that helps them to distribute my video more, and that will help the channel grow as well. So please do so. Help. That will really help my channel, and in a lot of ways. Also, you guys, don't forget to be kind to one another. A little bit of kindness goes a long way. You never know what kind of day somebody's having. Be kind to yourselves as well. That's something I've been leaving out for a long time. But yes, you have to take care of yourself too. If you can't take care of yourself, you can't help others. You guys, cold and flu season's coming up. Most important thing is to wash your hands. It's your number one thing. So, you know, I don't want to see you guys get sick from that. And also, be kind to animals. They know nothing but uncompassionate love. I just love all forms of animals. They are incredible to watch, and they all have their own personalities. Even birds, the same species, all have a different personality. It's amazing just to watch them. You can learn a lot from watching nature. But you guys take care. Stay tuned for Friday Night Frights coming up on Friday. Count Vampire will be running the channel at that time. He will be reading a little more from Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. So until then, you guys stay safe out there. Let's send our prayer and any donations we can to the American Red Cross to help the peoples of Florida. They were hit pretty hard by a hurricane. I have a friend who happened to be down there at the time. Her and her husband were down there, and their hotel was more inland. So it didn't get hit as bad, but they were bringing the refugees into that hotel. And she said it made her cry, just seeing all these families with absolutely nothing coming in, lost their houses and everything, and they're staying at that hotel now. So there's a little triage center, I'm sure, that was set up in there for the injured. So the EMS teams could go out and look at them. So make a donation to the Red Cross, or if there are any of your supermarkets that are collecting donations, please do so. Let's give these folks a hand. I can only imagine the overburdening of such a disaster. I know what COVID did for us at the hospitals. It burned out a lot of staff members. A lot of staff members died from the disease. Not necessarily I don't know anybody that I worked with that had died, but in other states, it was a disaster, and there were just no rooms for beds. It was a mess. So I know what it's like to work through a disaster. So anyway, enough of that. Let's keep this thing happy. You guys, I hope you have a great day. Stay safe out there, and I hope to see you again next week for another G.I. Joe toy review. And if you have any requests, please shoot them down and shoot me a comment, and I will answer those. I absolutely love getting back with you guys. That's the best part of this whole channel for me, are reading your comments and getting back with you. I've made a lot of friends through doing that. So thank you guys very much. So until then, this is Joe Motion Videos 82 signing off. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.